Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about all the things you need to know and some buyer beware before making the decision on going for Nero or Nero Custom and all the new content that's been added into Grand Theft Auto Online as a part of the 2016 Festive Surprise Christmas update here in GTA 5. So let's talk about the big ticket item with this update, and that is obviously the new Nero. So the Truffade Nero can be purchased on Benny's site for $1.44 million. And that price is not all that bad, especially when we consider the adder is $1 million. So this bigger, badder, and Benny-fied version is only $440,000 more expensive in an era where we've seen supercars nearly eclipse the $3 million range. Rockstar didn't do us all too bad here. Now, the issue is whether you're going to be transforming this into a Benny's car or whether you're going to be keeping it stock. So if you're going to be keeping it stock, that $1.4 million can range upwards of another couple $100,000 depending on the customization you do. Or if you do the Benny's upgrade, add $600,000 to that, and you're looking at a $2 million car before you do any sort of customization. And as I touched on in my video earlier, the Nero Custom fully upgraded and fully customized is roughly around $2.6 million. So now people have to make a decision because it's unlikely that someone is going to buy two versions of the Nero to create a normal one and a custom one. If you were to do that, you would be spending a lot of money. If you bought a Nero, then upgraded it, that'd be $2 million, and then bought another one to keep it normal, you'd be looking at $3.4 million. If you were to customize both of them, you would definitely be eclipsing the $4 million price range. So since most people probably don't want to be just chucking around that kind of money on a car, they're going to make a choice between regular Nero or Nero Custom. I'm going to be going over the pros and cons of each one. So let's start with the regular Nero, the non-Benny-fied version. We should note that it's a separate car. It has its own customization. You should buy the Nero and keep it the Nero if you're looking for a cleaner look. So obviously the Nero isn't going to have the sort of crazy customization that the Nero Custom has, but it still has a lot of great options that you can do inside of the Los Santos custom shop, including adding things to the bumper, the hood, there's skirts that you can apply on there as well, changing the exhaust options too. But by far, probably the best thing for this car is the retractable active spoiler. That is something that is not available on the Nero Custom. Only the regular version of this Nero has the cool T20-like spoiler, and I think that's one of its most unique features. So if you're looking for a cheaper option, a almost cleaner look that more resembles the adder and has an awesome retractable active spoiler, then you might want to keep the regular Nero. That might be the car that ultimately ends up working out the best for you. Now, on the other side, if you do have the money to spend and you do want to go for the bigger, badder option, go for the Nero Custom. The Nero Custom obviously has better customization options with access to interior mods, liveries, more styles of customization that aren't available. However, there are some things you need to be aware about here, and one of those things is that there are some irremovable mods to the Nero Custom. I kind of touched on this earlier. There's this carbon part of the front bumper that you absolutely cannot remove. So if that bothers you, you might not like this car. Technically, you can't remove the spoiler, although you can with a glitch. I don't know if Rockstar will ever plan on patching this, but if a spoiler is something you don't like, again, you might want to choose the Nero over the Nero Custom. And if we're looking at the performance of these vehicles, they are actually super close. Now, I have not done any official tests, but I know that in my drag test earlier that the Nero Custom was faster than the regular version of the Nero. And I've seen many other drag tests and more like full course testing done on these cars on YouTube from several individuals that kind of does back up that point that these cars are very close together, with the Nero Custom only being slightly faster. And that's the exact same results that I came up with in my drag test as well, that it was just slightly faster than the regular version of the Nero. However, it wasn't a significant gap where I would say, okay, if you don't have the Nero Custom, you're going to be at a significant disadvantage. So that's what's great about this, is really it comes down to your personal preference. Performance should not get in the way here. If you want a cleaner, cheaper look with the retractable spoiler, go for the Nero. If you want the super mega customized version that's a tiny bit quicker and has access to the newest and latest and greatest Benny mods, then the Nero Custom might be calling your name. Both of them have some pretty cool tips and tricks that you can do. I'll leave a link to a video I did earlier in the day that touched on a lot of the things that could be done, including customization and a whole lot of epic stuff in the description. And a little bit later on in the day, we're going to be doing a live stream as well, where we're going to be touching on more customization, doing massive car shows and whatnot. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that on my channel if you are interested. So to give you guys my final recap on the Nero and the Nero Custom, I love both of these cars. I fell in love with the Adder the day I was finally able to buy it. I've always thought the Z-Type was super cool, so the Truffade cars I've always seemed to like, and the Nero and the Nero Custom are certainly not a disappointment here. Are they a little pricey just due to how much money we spent on import and export? Yes, but Rockstar could have made this a whole lot worse. And for what you're getting, which in both instances is two pretty quick supercars, and you're getting great customization with both, even if you don't choose the Bennified option, I definitely recommend this car. Has very little buyer bewares and definitely gets my seal of approval here. Let's move on to the only other thing so far you've been able to buy from this update, and that is the new bodysuits, those like illuminating ones. And honestly, I don't even know what to say about this. I don't really know a practical scenario for ever wearing this outfit, but if you want to look super crazy and funky and glow in the dark, then for $100,000 each, you can own one of these. Now, the only thing I will say is the only difference between all three of them is the color. No suit has like a different feature or different design. It's all the same design, just different color palette. So my recommendation here would be, if you're gonna buy one, pick one and stick with it, essentially because all of them are the same regardless. And really, it's kind of hard for me to give out buyer bewares on the rest of the content, because guess what? All of it is free. The content from 2014, 2015, and this year in 2016 is, of course, free in terms of clothing, accessories, tops, masks, hats, and outfits, and a whole lot more, like the Santa suits and whatnot. All of those are free. Now, the only thing I can tell you, kind of like the only buyer beware I can give you guys here, is that it's not permanent, and that this content you buy outside of what you pay for, so like the Nero and the bodysuits, those are staying, but the clothing and the masks, those are going to be going away. Unfortunately, that's the way that Rockstar's Festive Surprise works, and they have stated that on January 9th, that content is going to be going away. They state, get into the holiday spirit with new seasonally themed sweaters and hats, along with all the returning classic masks, Santa outfits, and other festive clothing, all available to add to your inventory absolutely free now through January 9th. So they are going to be going away. So the biggest warning I can give you guys here is if you set an outfit with something like this, it's going to get removed on January 9th. So unfortunately, there is no way to keep them. So basically, we've got the next like really 2.5 to 3 weeks to enjoy this content, and then it will be gone really for like 350 days, which is a long time. So soak up all this content because it is sadly going to be disappearing. Now, as far as other content that looks to be coming soon, I can't really give you guys any crazy buyer bewares here. We have some information from FunMW2, who has stated that on Christmas Day, Rockstar are going to be giving us Christmas gifts, which once again includes like a uniform mask, pajamas, snacks, ammo. They're also going to be rewarding us one of 44 shirts. So these are random shirts that have been given out over the last 3 years in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I don't really know which shirt you're going to get or how they determine which one you are getting. But there's no real buyer beware for that. If you want the content, you're going to have to get on Christmas Day, which I know can kind of be tough for some of you. So that's why I'm mentioning it in this video, because on Christmas Day, I'm with my family and friends pretty much all day. And it would actually be rare if I logged on to Grand Theft Auto Online. So I just want to give you guys that heads up that maybe you can take like just 30 seconds to just quickly snipe onto Grand Theft Auto Online, get the content, and then get off and spend it with the rest of the day with your friends and your family. And obviously, the snow is free as well. Rockstar isn't charging you like a boarding pass to get the snow or anything like that. It's going to be free, and whenever it's added into the game, you'll know it, and I'll be letting you guys know. We'll be doing fun videos and streams and whatnot, so it will be very exciting, and hopefully, like I said, that's coming to Grand Theft Auto Online pretty soon. So anyways, that's all the information that I have for you guys in this video today. Some buyer beware, the Nero versus the Nero Custom, which one I think is the best for you. Let me know which one you're leaning towards in the comments section down below. Are you leaning more for the regular Nero or the Benified custom version? Love to hear from you guys there. Let me know what you think about the Festive Surprise 2016 DLC so far. Are you enjoying it? If you enjoyed this video though, be sure to drop it a like. That would be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.